everybody, it's Haley and welcome back to my channel. It has been such a long time. I'm actually filming this in my new house, in my new library, which I haven't even got a chance to show you guys yet. I do plan to do that eventually, film like a library tour. And it has been a while. I have moved, I had a baby, I've done a lot in the last year, and I'm gonna get back into my channel. I'm finally settled to the point where I can start filming again and feel like I can be some sort of consistent. And so my goal is to get back into filming and back into uploading. So I'm really excited for that. And this is the first video back. I'm planning to do quite a few kind of haul, beginning of the year type videos. I know it is already March heading into April, but I just feel like we need to start where we need to start. So I thought a fun thing to do for this video would be to film a book haul of a year of Fairyloot. Now, I signed up for Fairyloot's waitlist like 2 years ago, and last January I got taken off the waitlist. So it took me about a year on the waitlist roughly, and then I was taken off and added in. And so coincidentally, that was when we found out we were moving and selling our house. And so basically, I did not actually dive into any of the books I got. I saved all my boxes, as you can see, and because we were moving, I was like, let's just leave them packed up and I'll deal with them when we move. And then of course, when we moved in, everything was kind of crazy because then I had my baby and I just collected a year's worth of Fairyloot without really diving into it. So I thought, what a fun video to just go over a full year of Fairyloot all in one go and kind of talk about like if it's worth it, what I think about it, and just kind of my experience with it. Now, I have not skipped a month at all yet since getting off the wait list. So there have been some months that I've been more excited than others, but I thought definitely worth it in this kind of setting to just go over everything. So let's kind of dive in. They are still boxed up and everything. I've opened them and like taken a little quick peek of most of them, but that's pretty much it. So let's get into it. Okay, so I was removed off the waitlist in January, so I did not actually get January's book. I started with February, but I did pre-order a book in January that I kind of figured I would add in. So that is why this box looks a little bit different. It is a pre-order, not a regular monthly. And this one I'm super excited about. I'm so excited to get these on my shelves. I've been saving them in the boxes. This is When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. I'm so excited to have this special edition. Now, I have not actually read When the Moon Hatched yet, which is crazy because it's been out for obviously over a year. The second book is coming out and I'm so excited about that. I really want to read this one. It looks so good. Now, this is an absolutely gorgeous special edition. The end pages, you're kidding, right? Like, you're kidding. They're absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful end pages. Obviously the sprayed edges with the dragons. Like, there's nothing on the top or bottom, but this is so pretty. Like, do you really need one on the top or bottom? No. I love it. I think it is such a gorgeous, beautiful special edition. I'm so excited to have this on my shelf. Now, they just released a pre-order for the second book, and I missed the signed copy version because I was like, I don't know, do I just order it? I haven't read this one yet, but in case I love it, I would love to get the other one, so I may do the pre-order of it just because if I do love it, I want them to match. So let me know your thoughts if you've read this one. I'm super excited for it. I kind of figured as we read through the books, I'll add them on the shelf as well. So that was January. February. Now, I have no idea. I don't remember any of these, so we're going to just dive into them together. This February one was The Sweetest Poison, and it was Iron and Embers by Helen Sure. And I know that a lot of people are a big fan of this author. I've never actually read any of her books. So I am really excited to read this one. Now, I know she has some more series that are more popular. This is just the first one I've got. It's very pretty. I love the little bottle. Very, very pretty. It says the difference between poison and cure is simply a matter of dose. I love how they always put a really nice quote. And then it looks like this one actually has a ribbon bookmark in it. I think. Let me look. Wow, if I can get to the page that it's on. Yeah, it does. So it has a purple bookmark, which is super fun. Let's check out the end pages. I totally forgot, you guys, that the insides look so pretty. This is so whimsical and fun. Ooh, a different quote. Both Wolfsbane and Nightshade are known for their interference with the heart. Here's our end pages. I just love the end pages of Fairyloot books. The amount of detail, ooh, and like the sparkle. The amount of detail that goes into them is so cool. And then of course, here's the inside. Now, I did not show you guys the naked hardcover or the inside of whatever you call it, you know, When the Moon Hatched. So let me just do that real quick so you can see it in case you care and want to see. Now, the inside of the cover of this one is blank. It does not have the alternate, but it does have the naked hardback, which is gorgeous. And it says, "Chase death, moonbeam, and I pray your bloodlust brings you the same sense of peace I feel just knowing you exist." So pretty. I've heard that When the Moon Hatches is very like flowery kind of poetic writing. And I love that. I know that was controversial for some people, but I like it. All right, let's dive into March. March's theme was Skyfire, which was, ooh, okay, I saw a lot of this book advertised. I didn't hear a lot of people talking about it, so I'm a little curious. It's Firebird by Juliet Cross, and I'm really interested in this one. I have not heard a ton of people talk about it, but I feel like it was advertised everywhere. Now, I know very little about a lot of these books, so I don't know if you guys want to hear the little tidbit, but this one is: a fierce Roman general cursed with a dangerous secret is captivated by a mysterious dancer whose fate is bound to his own. In a world ruled by dragons and war, their forbidden love ignites a dangerous path where their survival hinges on a choice between loyalty and sacrifice. That just sounds so good, but all these books do. Okay, the original cover of this book I feel like was already really pretty, but this is insane. Here's the spine. Now the back does not have a quote, but here is the sprayed edge. That's insane. I love it. Now if we open it up, we have the naked hardcover and end pages. Like, that's insane, you guys. The gold foiling looks so good. Oh my gosh. This is so cute. Obviously, the about is not exactly the same, but visually it's kind of giving like Greek or Greco-Roman Fourth Wing vibes. Totally. Just get that from the pictures. Wow, that's so pretty. Okay, so that is March. Super pretty. Really loving so far all of these visuals. And definitely would say the author lineup, super good, right? Like a lot of the authors I felt like in this last year, they were really either popular authors or really anticipated releases. So I was really happy with that. All right, here we have April, which was The Wind Weaver by Julie Johnson. The theme was Tempest's Embrace. And it says, in a realm on the brink of destruction, a young woman discovers she's the fated remnant, one of 4 souls destined to either restore magic or doom the world. Bound to a dangerous captor and torn by desire, she must master her unpredictable power before it consumes her and the world along with it. That sounds interesting. Now, this one, was it this one? There was one that I really knew nothing about, and it might have been, I think it was this one, that I remember when it came out, I had heard nothing about this author before. I've never read a Julie Johnson book, and I was kind of like, we'll see. But then I heard so many people reading it after it came out and talking about it, and people loved it, which made me really excited, because there's nothing like a book where you're like on the edge on it and then you hear a bunch of people love it, right? Like, that's great. So here is the book. She's very pretty. No quote on the back of this one. Very pretty. I like all the feathers. I feel like that's so fun. Let's see. So we have the naked hardcover, which is just insane. So pretty. And the inside. So, so pretty. And let's check this out. What a fun kind of vibe that this book has. Like, the artwork cover is super pretty. It definitely gives the vibe of very magical and mystical. I think mystical is the word that I would use to describe this, right? Wow. That is so cool. The details, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful in this one. Gorgeous. The Wind Weaver. All right. Let's dive into, let's see. We did February, March, April, May, I believe this should be. Still has the popcorn on May. This is, ooh, okay, really excited. Whispers of Ruin was the theme. It was Broken Souls and Bones by L.J. Andrews. I love L.J. Andrews' writing. I do. L.J. Andrews has such a fun, very like action-based romantasy, which I love. And so really excited for this one. It says, a young woman's quiet life is shattered when a prince's lethal guard uncovers the secret behind the silver scars in her eyes. Forced into deadly service of the king, she must join forces with the very man who exposed her and confront a growing passion that could change everything. That just sounds like an L.J. Andrews book to me. I'm very excited for this one. Let's check her out. Is she pretty? Of course, I'm sure she is. Oh, yeah, okay. Full disclosure, purple is probably not my most favorite color, but I still love a pretty book. The corners sometimes on these, they just don't want to leave the bubble wrap of protection. Oh, this is so cool. Okay, Broken Souls and Bones. We do have a quote on the back of this one. This one's a very like glossy design, which I'm not mad about. That just looks so intense and fun. It says, you never truly know a heart until you see the darkness inside. I might like to see yours. That is so cool. Oh, shut the front door. This is so cool. Oh my gosh. Look at the detail of this. Love that kind of, to me, this is a very like Norse, like Viking style vibe, right? The print. That is so fun. Sometimes I feel like when it's just the like kind of foiled drawings, it can look a little boring, but not with this much detail. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. Look at the giant skull behind. Wow. So pretty. Ooh, I love the face, the art style of the face in these. You're kidding. You're kidding. You're actually kidding. Good grief. Did I even show you this? This one has art all the way around. Some of them don't have them on the top and bottom, and some do. This one, we went all in on this. That is gorgeous. Gosh, what a beautiful book. That is so fun. Okay, definitely like this one a lot. Which is so funny because I was just saying purple isn't my favorite color, but again, a pretty book is a pretty book. I don't really care what the color is. Now we're moving on to June, which was the month my daughter was born. Shackled Obsession. Oh, I was so excited about this. Rose in Chains by Julie Soto. You guys, I was so excited about this one. I think this is Julie Soto's first, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is Julie Soto's first fantasy book. I've read other books by her, but they were like contemporary, so I'm pretty sure this is her first fantasy. It says, after a brutal war, a defeated princess is taken prisoner by those who seek to control her. Stripped of power and far from home, she must learn to survive in a world built to break her. But even in the darkest places, sparks of hope and rebellion begin to rise. I've heard really good things about this. Very few people have read this one, and then I've heard like they didn't like it. Very few. I think it was actually, wasn't this a contender for like best book on Goodreads or something like that? I feel like that checks out. Oh my gosh, this is so, okay. The original cover artwork for this book was pretty. So I feel like when the original one, kind of like Firebird, if the original is really pretty, it's kind of hard when you have Fairyloot ones because you're like, well, it was already pretty. I don't really know that I need it. So when they really amp it up, you're like, wow, that is so beautiful. Her face, look at that back. No quote on the back of this one. See, some of them are plain up front, but the detail on the edges, it's kind of like, you know, I forgive you. I really do. The Roses in Chains is just beautiful. Oh, this is interesting. This is a bit different. Okay. So here's the naked hardcover. Love the red foil. See, purple and me don't always get along, but red and I, every time, I think red is just so deep and beautiful. Now, what's interesting when you open this to the end pages, they're gorgeous, but it does have like a signed author plate, which is a little bit different. I haven't had one with that yet, but I'm not mad about it. It's cute. Fine. The artwork is still beautiful. Wow, that's so good detail. You know what's fun about Fairyloot that I love too, or I at least think is interesting, because they work with different artists for like each of these books. It's nice because the faces, like the art style, isn't exactly the same every time. And I like that. I know some people probably like continuity, but I gotta say, I'm not mad about differences. See, that's pretty. But this, gorgeous. Anyways, there is a quote on the back of this one. It says, you don't know what I'm thinking now? Bryony's eyes were glued to Tovin's as their feet glided over the dance floor. She could feel his breath on her face. I never know what you're thinking, she whispered. Wow. He's her greatest enemy and her deepest desire. Frankly, as he should be, you know? If you're not, why are you here? You know? If I'm reading a romantasy, that is the vibe. That is the vibe that I'm looking for every single time, I fear. All right, so that was June. Let's cut into July. That's my birthday month, so this better be good. Ooh, okay, I heard a lot about this one too. The theme was Fateful Bonds, and the title is it Arcana? Arcana Academy by Elise Kova. Elise Kova I've heard good things about as an author. I've never read anything, but still heard really good things. Let's see. Faced with a prison sentence, a cunning thief must infiltrate a magical elite academy, conceal her identity, and outwit a prince she's vowed to despise. Now see, academy stuff, I really can go one way or the other, because part of me gets really tired of there always being an academy. So I'm glad that's not the case in a lot of these. But I like that in this one, she has to conceal her identity. See, that's like a piece that I feel like takes it and kind of elevates the vibe a little bit. This one, let's see. Very fun. A little more plain as far as the color palette, but it kind of gives like deck of cards, doesn't it? I feel like. Very fun. I like the spine. Sprayed edges on this one are bottom, side, and top, which I will never ever complain about. Again, to me, this is kind of giving like tarot card in a way. I don't know if that's the vibe or not of this one, but it does say on the back, your future is your tuition. Okay, well, that's interesting. Definitely kept the same vibe, I feel like, on the cover of this one, but just like elevated it. I like it. It says magical from nail biting beginning to shocking end, which is a review from Danielle L. Jensen, who I like. It says, love me, hate me, but only look at me like my existence sets you on fire. Wow. Love me, hate me, but only look at me like my existence sets you on fire. Crazy. Love it. You guys, this actually, oh, I didn't even show you the inside yet, did I? Like, definitely giving that kind of dark academia vibes, right? We're seeing it. Yeah. Let's check the back. Ooh. Oh, she looks cute. She looks freaking cute. You better not blow it, boy. She looks cute. Oh, that looks nice. Ah, I love it. These are so beautiful. So far. So far, you will never catch me complaining. These are beautiful. All right. I'm going to take a quick Alani break. I don't know if you guys saw this. Cotton candy is now an all-the-time flavor. And that is a gift we're celebrating. Also, what is it? Sherbet's now an all-time flavor. Like all the best ones. Love that. Anyways, drink break over. We're moving on to August, right? Yeah. Crowned by the Stars. This one I've not really heard that much about. I'm kind of excited though because the card's really pretty. It's Warrior Princess Assassin by Bridget Kemmerer. Never read a book by them. A king and a princess enter a fragile political alliance, each hiding secrets that could tear it apart. An assassin is sent to kill them. Okay, but when one of his targets is the woman he loves, his mission becomes a choice between duty and desire. Is that reading like a 3? That's reading like a love triangle to me. At least in the beginning, right? Because like a king and a princess, fragile political alliance. So you guys there's an alliance there, but they're hiding secrets from each other. And then this assassin is supposed to kill the woman he loves. This could be interesting. That could be good. Why has nobody talked about this one? At least nobody that I've listened to. Oh, it's totally giving love triangle. I love a good love triangle. I know it makes some people mad, and as it should, but I love to be mad. I love when books frustrate me. You know, does anyone love being frustrated by books? I love being frustrated. I love this blue too. Holy cow. Bridget, why have I never read your books? That's gorgeous. Are you guys seeing this? Are we seeing that? Oh, that's gorgeous. I'm sorry, but what? Okay. You know, my plan originally was to absolutely put all of these with their spines out because they're gorgeous. Until this one. I don't know. It says, I can choose how to face my destiny. You sure can. You sure can. Ah, that's so pretty. Get out. Get out. Love it. That is gorgeous. And this one, again, the top and bottom are blank, but she's detailed. She's detailed. I gotta say, you know, I mean, compared to that, yeah, love it. I can choose how to face my destiny. So same quote on the inside. Love it. Oh, so pretty. Shut up. See, this one has a signed author plate there too. I don't know if maybe that's the difference because some of these are digitally signed and I didn't flip through all the pages with you guys, but they always kind of have like a little letter, a digital signature. Some of them have them in here. So maybe the ones that are actually signed are on the front. I don't know. Or just the author wanted it there. Not totally sure. Wow, that's so pretty. She's gorgeous. Look at them, 3 best friends. The 3 best friends. Now, I gotta say, it's kind of giving snowy vibes. What month was this again? Wasn't this August? Yeah, August. But it's definitely got like, we have snowflakes. So it's kind of giving a winter read. I, for one, don't know that I want to wait that long, but whatever. Maybe I will. Not that your books have to match. I love this blue. I don't know if you guys can see just genuinely how rich that blue is. It's gorgeous. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. Here we go. September. You guys, I'm so excited for September. It's molded by iron. And if you can't tell by this card, it's Metal Slinger by Rachel Schneider. And I was so excited to read this book. I don't know why I haven't read it yet, because the reviews are great, right? The book sounds great. Everything is great about this. Why haven't I read it? No one knows. But anyways, in case you don't know what it's about, a young guard's encounter with an enemy soldier shadows a fragile peace. As rebellion brews and loyalties are tested, she must choose between her duty and a connection that defies everything she's ever known. I have just heard so many good things about this book, you guys. And again, she's purple, but we can forgive her for it, you know? We can. This is another one, though, where the book, the original, is gorgeous as well. So, you know. But here she is. Oh my gosh. And there's a male on the front. There's never just a man, you know? But it's pretty. But it's gorgeous. What's the quote? You're kind of beautiful when you lie. Oh. Oh my gosh. And it's sprayed all the way. Of course she is. Of course she is. You guys. You guys. The detail is insane. Oh my gosh. How pretty. Wow. Can't believe that. Whoa, we have character art with a ton of characters. What is happening here? The more the merrier. We have the whole family on here. I don't know who all these people are, but everyone made the cut, and I love that for them. Even more. What? These are all different people, I think. What? That's cool. That's so fun. Usually it's the main couple, which I'll never complain about that, but kind of fun. Same quote on the back. See, the original is gorgeous anyways, but I don't know. This is way pretty. Gosh, how gorgeous. All right, we're cooking, we're cruising, we're going, you know? We are, kind of. I can't tell if I'm going too fast or not fast enough or what. But October was Savage Blooms, The Tithe of Desire. Savage Blooms by S.T. Gibson. Again, heard good things. In love with his best friend. Love that. Adam takes Nicola to Scotland under the guise of searching for a mythical cave, hoping to confess his feelings. Stranded by a storm, they're drawn into a world of desire, mind games, and ancient magic. Okay. Now, I do remember at the time, a lot of people, this was like a controversial kind of like maybe skip for a lot of people. And I don't really remember like what the deal was about it. But then I feel like a lot of people ended up liking it. So maybe this one is kind of hit or miss more than others. Because I do remember hearing some people say that it was worth skipping and then other people saying they really enjoyed it. So maybe it's just one where if it's for you, it's for you. And if it's not, it's not. I don't know. Is it for me? Nobody knows. Woo, this is cool. Look at that. Oh, that's so pretty. To me, this kind of looks like the inside of a locket, doesn't it? And then it's got the title and the author down below. That is so pretty. Or it's almost like looking into a mirror, right? To me, it's like the inside of a locket, a window. I don't know. That's pretty. Ooh, this is pretty. Even if this book is not great, I feel like it's worth having because it's gorgeous. Wow. That's pretty. Okay. This is an interesting art style. This is very different than the other ones I've seen so far. See how it's kind of like, this looks like pencil to me, doesn't it? I don't know, it's very pretty. It's kind of giving Wuthering Heights vibes, isn't it? A little bit? A little bit, maybe. Or Jane Eyre, something like that. Whoa. Why do I feel like the art style looks different on this one? They don't look as cohesive. Not that I'm like mad about it, just definitely gives a different vibe. That's kind of fun. Look at the sprayed edges though. This one is one where again, the whole thing is sprayed. And then we've got like a peak, almost like a Secret Garden vibe. That's so cool. And then we also have the original. See, I've seen this artwork everywhere. Like I've definitely seen people talking about this book a lot. And on the back, it's just praise. So there's not really like a quote to read there, but definitely seems interesting. I don't know. Like I said, I heard a lot of different reviews, different thoughts on it, but it's just kind of fun sometimes to read. And I don't know. I don't like to let people's opinions sway me too much one way or the other on a book because, you know, if everyone loves it and you don't like it, you ever have that happen? I've had that happen. And vice versa, where I feel like it's not as popular, but then I'm kind of like, well, it is to me. So whatever. November was Love is the Key and To Cage a Wild Bird by Brooke Fast. Now, this was another one I feel like I haven't heard a ton about, but let's see. It says, to save her brother from certain death, Raven sacrifices her freedom and enters Enlock, a prison of deadly games and darker secrets, where the guard assigned to break her may also be the one to steal her heart. See, deadly games are another one where I'm kind of like, I'm deadly gamed out. You know, like not everything needs to be in an academy and not everything needs to have games about it. You know, we could just have a story. But what's interesting about this one, I will say, is the fact that like there's the guard piece, which always will forever remind me of Rhysand in ACOTAR. Like anytime I think about like, and I know he wasn't really a guard, but to me it just has that vibe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Whoa, this is pretty. To Cage a Wild Bird by Brooke Fast. I've never read anything by Brooke Fast either. I feel like I've said that about pretty much every author in here, but there's some really good names, you know? So let's see. Whoo, this is kind of interesting. This is giving like dystopian, is it not? Less fantasy, more dystopian? Like we have a gun. We have barbed wire. We have a building. I don't know. This definitely has a different vibe too. Like the, I don't know, the edge is a little bit different. Kind of a more basic sprayed edge, but I don't hate it. Definitely giving dystopian a little bit, I feel like. I don't know. Kind of cool. Very much, this must take place outside a lot. Maybe the games are like outside games. I don't know. This is kind of fun though. I like it. Here's the inside. No quotes or anything. Very much so. Not giving them a ton of detail, but that's okay. A deadly prison, a forbidden romance, a fight for survival, just like the top part up there. Kind of fun. And we're down to the last book. So let's dive in and then give our full thoughts. Oh yeah, okay. December, Betray Me Again, and it's We Who Will Die by Stasia Stark. You guys, okay. In a society overrun by vampires, Arvel, I'm guessing, Arvel, makes a desperate vow to assassinate the immortal emperor by entering a deadly arena where only the strongest survive. Caught between heartbreak, dark magic, and dangerous alliances, she must uncover secrets that could shatter her world and her heart. Okay. You're living under a rock if you haven't heard about this at the end of the year. I feel like this book was all over the place at the end of the year. Everyone was talking about it. And I gotta say, it was pretty much 100% positive. So I'm very excited for this one. Another gorgeous cover. I gotta say, the ones where they just have this like killer cover with the main characters, it's so cool. This is another one where I'd be tempted to like show the edges, but I almost feel like this is better. It says kneel before the god of ruin on the back. So, sorry, I kind of went out of order. Here's the spine. And then this one does have on all sides. So, oh my gosh, so pretty. Okay, so here's the naked hardcover. Pretty, right? Like, we're not competing with the character art though, in my mind. Oh, this is crazy. Okay, this artist, I don't know who it is, and I couldn't even fact check myself, but this reminds me of an artist who did some work for the Ever King, that whole series for the Ever King series. Same artwork vibes to me. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Wow, that is so pretty. Okay. Gorgeous. Okay, this is my favorite kind of Fairyloot book, I think. Like, don't get me wrong, some of the ones where it's more about the setting or just the foiling, I think is pretty, but like you can't compete with some really beautiful character art, in my mind. That's my personal opinion. Still have the same quote on this one, but this is more of the traditional cover. So, you guys, that is a year of Fairyloot. Now, let me just kind of give my overview thoughts in case you want a little wrap up. Now, here's our book list. I have to say, overall, there are a ton of books I'm really excited for this year. 2025, I feel like, was one of the best years for the Romantasy book box. Now, I know Fairyloot has been coming out with other ones, right? They have like the epic fantasy, the cozy, they have the adult, the young adult, and the romantasy. So they are kind of branching out to more genre-specific books. The romantasy one is the one I am subscribed to, and honestly, probably the only one I will subscribe to as of right now. The adult box is also pretty good in my opinion, but for right now I'm with Romantasy and I'm happy with it. I do have to say 2025, they kind of killed it with most of these. Like all of them at least interest me. None of them am I just like, oh yeah, I'll just skip this one. As far as like just reading and from what I've heard. Now there are some that I think are standout ones. Rose and Chains I'm very excited for. The Wind Weaver, When the Moon Hatched. I don't know, this Warrior Princess Assassin sounds interesting, but Metal Slinger and We Who Will Die, all of those are ones that I was wanting to purchase anyways, and so I was so excited when they came out. The rest of them, I'm still excited about them. Like all of them are ones I plan on reading. To me, at the price I pay, and I think it's around $32, like with all the fees and taxes and everything, it's something like that. It's worth it. To get a book that is this beautiful, to me, I think it's worth it. Now, I would say if there came a point where I was having a lot of disappointments in a row, I would skip long before I would cancel, because one thing about Fairyloot is you are on that wait list for a while. And so just to kind of help with that, I would 100% recommend, if you're on the wait list and you're disappointed with a month or two, skip or sell it, do something. I would be very hesitant to take yourself off the list, because what I've noticed sometimes is if there's a little bit of a lull in between books, like if I'm being honest, right? I wasn't as excited about Arcana Academy and Warrior Princess Assassin just from my personal like hearing ahead of time. If I saw those two and I was like, oh, 2 books in a row and cancel, I would have missed Metal Slinger. I would have missed We Who Will Die. And so I would say do not cancel if you're disappointed in a month or two. Obviously, it's everyone's personal preference, but that would be my recommendation. Don't forget you can skip if you need to. But as far as I would have to say, I'm happy I never skipped this year. There was a lot of beautiful books. So overall, do I think Fairyloot is worth it? Yes. Do I think that you need to really decide which subscription you want and cater it to your personal style? Yes. But if you're a romantasy person, you can't go wrong there. There is such a wide variety of topics and authors, and it's gorgeous. So with that, that wraps up today's video. It was kind of a long one, but you will be seeing some more hauls from me and some more bookish videos very, very soon. So I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Have a great day.